this video, we are going to work on the next rule based on the topic reducible to the exact differential equation. So here we are going to study the special form of differential equation of this form. We will learn how to convert the differential equation into this form and what is the integrating factor in this case. Before that, let's take a recap of exact differential equation. A differential equation of this form is called exact if the partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to the partial derivative of n with respect to x. And once we have the differential equation as exact, we can write its solution as integration of m with respect to x keeping y as a constant plus integration of n provided no terms containing x with respect to y is equal to c. Now, if these partial derivatives are not equal, then the differential equation is not exact. But sometimes a non-exact differential equation can be converted into exact by multiplying with a suitable integrating factor. And such equation is called as the reducible to the exact differential equation. In the previous video, we studied 4 methods to find integrating factor. The first rule, when we studied m and n are the homogeneous function, in that case the integrating factor is calculated as 1 upon mx plus ny. Whereas if we can rewrite that differential equation according to this comes under the part of rule 2, and in this case the integrating factor is calculated as 1 upon mx minus ny. In the third and fourth rule, we are taking the difference of the exactness condition, and if we are taking the difference in this way and divided by n and it results a function of x only, then the integrating factor in this case is equal to e raised to power integration of this function with respect to x. Whereas if we are taking the difference in this way, in that case we are dividing by m and it must result a function of y. In this case, the integrating factor is calculated as e raised to power integration of the function fy with respect to y. Now suppose if none of these rules are applicable, we can use the rule number 5, which is a special form method. In the rule 5, we will try to convert the differential equation firstly in this form, and if the given differential equation can be written in this form, we will assume that the integrating factor is equal to x raised to power h, y raised to power k, where h and k are determined with the help of these two conditions. Now point is how to identify the rule 5 is applicable. What are the things we need to take care? Now very first step is we need to observe, can we take y common from dx terms? If yes, then think, can we take x common from the dy terms? If yes, it means rule 5 can be applicable. If not, it means rule 5 is not applicable. In the next step, you need to identify how many terms are with the dx and how many terms are with the dy. Make sure their count is same. If the count of terms are not equal, it means again we cannot apply the rule 5. After that, you need to identify what is the power of x and y in dx term, and that must match with those in dy terms. What do you mean by this? Suppose we have this differential equation. So here I have already taken y outside with the dx and x outside with the dy. Even the number of terms with the dx is equal to the number of terms with the dy. That is, total number of terms in this case is 2, even in this case is 2. After that, in each term, observe the power of x and y. Here the power of x is 2, here the power of y is 3. On the other hand, it contains the power of x as a 0 and power of y is 0. Now think whether we are getting any term in which the power of x is 0 and y is power is also 0. Yes. Now next is we need the power of x as a 2 and power of y as a 3 in the next term. So right now it is a constant. To apply the rule number 5, here the value of a must be 2 and the value of b must be 3. If the values of these two constant is not is equal to this, then we cannot apply the rule 5. Now with the help of this example, we will learn how to apply the rule number 5. Before that, first check that whether this differential equation is exact or not. So very first step, extract the value of m, that is y square plus 2x square y, and the value of n is equal to 2x cube minus xy. Now calculate partial derivative of m with respect to y, that is equal to 2y plus 2x square, and partial derivative of n with respect to x, this is equal to 8x square minus y. So these two are the exactness condition. As they are not equal, we can call that this differential equation is not exact. As it is not exact, we can try to make it as exact with the help of rules. So till now we have covered the 4 rules. You guys can check it by yourself. Is any of the rule is applicable? Then apply it. But right now in this video we will learn how to apply the rule number 5. So very first step is we need to create that form. So for that, first step is take y outside, that is with the dx term. So we will rewrite this differential equation as y plus 2x square into y dx plus, and from here we will take x outside. After taking y and x common, count the number of terms with the dx and dy, that is equal to 2. Now check it, power of y. Here power of y is 1, here power of x is 0. Do we have any term available with the dy where x power is 0 and y power is 1? Yes. Think for the next one. The power of x is 2, the power of y here it is 0, and similar term is available with dy. It means we can apply the rule number 5, but before that we need to convert into that special form. So how to convert into that special form? We have two terms. One is y, another is x square. So take y outside from here. So we are taking y outside. So it becomes 1 into y, that is y dx, and from here y outside minus x into dy. Next is x square. So we can take x square outside. Don't take constant outside. That must be multiplied with y. So you will get 2y dx, and in this case 2x dy is equal to 0. Now as it is expressed special form of differential equation as this, therefore the integrating factor we assume that is x raised to power h, y raised to power k. Now how we can say that this is in this form? So here the value of a is 0 and the value of b is 1, m is 1, n is minus 1, a dash is 2, b dash is 0, m dash is 2, n dash is also 2. So we assume its integrating factor is x raised to power h, y raised to power k. In the next step, multiply this integrating factor with the original differential equation and further simplify this. This is equal to x raised to power h, y raised to power 2 plus k plus 2 into x raised to power 2 plus h, because the base is same, we can add the power, y raised to power k plus 1 into dx plus 2 into x raised to power 3 plus h, y raised to power k minus x raised to power h plus 1, y raised to power k plus 1 into dy is equal to 0. Now either use that condition to find the h and k or use the exactness condition. So as we say, its integrating factor is x raised to power h, y raised to power k. It means this differential equation is exact. Now for exactness, It must satisfy the condition that is partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to the partial derivative of n with respect to x. So according to this, we need to take its derivative with respect to y because this is m and this is n. We need to take its derivative with respect to x. Let's calculate this. The partial derivative of m with respect to y. So x raised to power h is constant. Its derivative is 2 plus k y raised to power k plus 1 plus 2 is as it is. X raised to power 2 plus h is as it is. Its derivative with respect to y is k plus 1 into y raised to power k. On the other hand, we need to take its derivative with respect to x, keeping y as a constant. So this results 2 into 3 plus h, x raised to power h plus 2 into y raised to power k minus h plus 1 into x raised to power h, y raised to power k plus 1. More simplify this, we can collect the power of x and y together. We can write x raised to power h, y raised to power k plus 1. Its coefficient is 2 plus k. Here, x raised to power 2 plus h, y raised to power k, and its coefficient is 2 into k plus 1. On the right hand side, it is as it is. Now, as per this term is equal to this. Both the terms contain x raised to power and y raised to power something. We can compare the powers. Here we have x raised to power h, y raised to power k plus 1. And similarly term we have on the right hand side. If both the terms are same, it means their coefficients are same. So we can say that 2 plus k must be is equal to minus h plus 1. On the other hand, x raised to power 2 plus h, y raised to power k, and the same term is available here. So it means their coefficient must be same. This results 2 into k plus 1 must be is equal to 2 into 3 plus h. More simplify this 2 is get cancelled with the 2. So now observe, if I add these two 1, equation 2 is added with 3. This results this form, left side added with the left one and the right with the right, and here minus h minus 1 plus 3 plus h. So this h is get cancelled with h. This results 2k plus 3 is equal to 2. This further results k is equal to minus 1 by 2. Substitute anywhere and find the value of h, and this is equal to minus 5 by 2. So for k is equal to minus 1 by 2 and h is equal to minus 5 by 2, the given differential equation is exact. So plug these values back into this equation, that is the equation as a star, which results this equation. Now this is an exact differential equation. After that, we need to find its solution. So how we are finding the solution of exact differential equation? That is calculated as integration of m with respect to x, keeping y as a constant, plus integration of n with dy provided no terms of x is equal to constant. So according to this, the value of m is this, and from n we need to find only terms that contains y. So does it contain any term that is only depending upon y? No. So here we can take integration of 0 with respect to y. So we can rewrite it as, so this term is equal to integration of this entire term, x raised to power minus 5 by 2, y raised to power 3 by 2, plus 2 times of x raised to power minus 1 by 2, y raised to power 1 by 2. Its integration with respect to x, keeping y as a constant. And here integration of n that contains no terms of x, that is 0, is equal to constant c. This implies y raised to power 3 by 2 as it is because it is a constant, and its integration is equal to x raised to power minus 3 by 2 divided by minus 3 by 2 plus 2 into y raised to power 1 by 2 as it is, and its integration is equal to x raised to power 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 plus another constant is equal to c. We can further simplify it as minus 2 by 3 y raised to power 3 by 2 x raised to power minus 3 by 2 plus 4 into y raised to power half x raised to power half is equal to a new constant c2, that is the difference of these two. And this is the final general solution according to this differential equation. Now it's your turn to solve this differential equation, but I will help you to make that special case. Very first step is check it, can we take y outside with the dx term and x term outside with the dy? Yes. So we can write 2x square y plus 1 into y dx. Here we can take x outside and we can write 3 minus x square y into x dy is equal to 0. So as we can take y with the dx and x with the dy, our first step is fulfilled. Now check it. The number of terms here and here is same? Yes. Second, x power is 2, y power 1. Do we have a similar term available with dy? Yes. Here we have x power is 0, y power 0. Even it contains x power 0 and y power 0 term. In the next step, we need to identify what is the power of x and y's we are getting, that is x square y and x raised to power 0, y raised to power 0. Now collect it. We can write x square y outside. What are the remaining terms? That is 2y dx. And from here we can write minus x dy. For the next one, we need x raised to power 0, y raised to power 0. And it results y dx as the remaining term from the first one, and from the second one plus 3x dy is equal to 0. Now this is the special form of differential equation. We can assume that its integrating factor is x raised to power h, y raised to power k. Identify what is the value of h and k you are getting in this case and what is the final solution, and write your answer in a comment section. If you learn anything new from this video, don't keep with yourself, do share with your friends and do like this video. Till that, keep learning, keep practicing.